So this session is all about UPSC CSE 2025 Intensive Mains Program. So the main objective of this program is all about making sure the candidates are having enough practice regarding the mains examination process. And this particular program includes already, as the information is here, around 36 sectional tests will be there, and 4 essay, 4 full length, and 2 simulators, like just before you go to the exam, simulating the similar kind of conditions. Those kind of exams you are going to have. And out of these 36 sectional tests, now I am going to discuss about GS paper 2. Okay, you all know that in GS paper 2, we are going to conduct around 4 questions based on Indian polity, 3 on international relations, 2 on social justice, and 1 on governance. So today's one is about the first paper number 1. So that is about Indian polity. Okay. Now regarding today's question paper. Now next question is about, here I am having the second question, that is about the preamble. This question is on the preamble. So now the preamble reflects the core values of the Constitution, but its legal status has been debated. Examine the significance and enforceability of the preamble in constitutional interpretation with reference to key judicial ruling. So this question is expecting, what are the keywords? The first keyword is significance. The second keyword is enforceability of the preamble. And the third keyword is some of the judicial rulings. These are keywords. Okay. This will act as a blueprint to your answer. Now, we'll try to see some of the basic introduction. Of course, this introduction varies from student to student based on your perspective. So, preamble generally it's a very common line you can write down. Preamble generally described as an identity card of the Indian Constitution. Why you consider that as an identity card of the Indian Constitution? Because it reflects the philosophy and core values of the Indian Constitution, such as justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. Even though it is not legally enforceable, still preamble is used by Indian judiciary to interpret the Constitution. This can be your introduction. Okay? And while you are writing introduction, you can quote any, you can quote any statement like, Nani Palkewala, whatever the statement he given. Okay? Or preamble can be used as a, a horoscope of the Constitution or anything like that. We can add one statement either before the introduction or else you can include in the conclusion. So now this is about the introduction. So I hope you understood the demand of the question. The demand of the question is, preamble is not enforceable by the court, but still it is having some significance. And substantiate your answer with the recent judicial ruling. That is the question. Now we are done with the introduction. Now the body of the question should include. What the body of the question should include? Significance of the preamble. That means the philosophical significance of the preamble and the latest, some of the judicial interpretation regarding the preamble. Okay. What courts observed and all. Now let's see. In the body, first you have to understand significance of preamble. That should be in your body of the answer. Especially philosophical significance of the Constitution. What are the philosophical significance of the preamble? Of course, preamble expected India to be sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. And preamble is also giving the information of what kind of objectives Indian Republic supposed to be achieved. So that is about the philosophy of the preamble. Then your answer must include debate on the legal status. Regarding that, you should include some of the key judgments by the Supreme Courts, especially Berubari case. The case Supreme Court observed that preamble is not a part of the Constitution at all. Then you can include other cases like Keshavananda Bharati case, where Supreme Court observed preamble is part of the Constitution, and LIC of India versus consumer education, where Supreme Court reaffirmed that preamble is a part of the Constitution. Then recent judgment also I included in the model answers. All these model answers are developed by myself itself, and if you have any suggestions, feel free to get back to me. Like if you would like to include any point and all these things, we can do some more value addition as well. So recent relevance, best example, Citizenship Amendment Act. While Citizenship Amendment Act in discussion, Supreme Court used preamble, and Supreme Court mentioned that secularism has to be, prevailed. Because there were a lot of debates on the Citizenship Amendment Act that citizenship cannot be granted based on the religion. You all know that Citizenship Amendment Act, it is giving citizenship to religious minorities who are coming from Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. Before that, we never given citizenship based on the religion. Previously, we used to give citizenship based only on the, birth or the descent, registration, naturalization. These are the only ways. So when Citizenship Amendment Act introduced the kind of citizenship based on religion, it sparked debates. At that time, Supreme Court used a preamble to interpret the Citizenship Amendment Act 2016. Even you can quote various environmental judgments given by the Supreme Court and right to privacy as well. In Puttaswamy case, where while Supreme Court is interpreting the Article 21, it used the concept of liberty, which is mentioned in the preamble. So these are the recent Supreme Court observations. So now, in the body of the question so far, you included the significance of the preamble, some of the key judgments about the preamble, landmark judgments, and key observation, recent Supreme Court judgments, and how those judgments used preamble to interpret the Constitution. That is about your body of the answer. Then you can write the conclusion. That is about preamble can act as a moral compass, okay, with respect to interpreting the Constitution. And you can also write, in cases like Keshavananda Bharati case, Supreme Court mentioned that preamble is the conscience of the Constitution. Okay, and preamble helps in guiding Constitution, and its role is inviolable. That means very important. That could be your conclusion. Okay, so the main objective of this class is, in this class you will go through 10 questions. At the end of this session, we are going to discuss about 10 tests, 10 questions, 100 questions. That means you will develop a proper mental blueprint how you have to approach to the question. Even in tough time, in your real-time examination, even though you don't know about the question or you know very limited about the question, you will follow this blueprint and you will get maximum marks. That is the main purpose of this session. Okay, next question I am going to. I have a clear regarding last two questions. If you have any observation that if you like to add any additional points as well, feel free to let me know. So I will correct whether they can be used or not. Okay. And one more thing, when you are referring this landmark judgments, if you remember the years, that is okay. Otherwise, so try to mention years, especially like Keshavananda Bharati case, Beru Bari case. Those are the ones. Okay. Most of your answers will be corrected by professors, and if you show such kind of knowledge, then that will be appreciable. Okay. Next, third one, and try to write answer as simple as possible, guys, and try to be presentable. It may be when you write, for example, about philosophical significance. Okay, when you write the preamble significance. Okay, you can use in this way, philosophical significance. In philosophical, in two ways it is important, with respect to nature of the state, with respect to nature of the state, it is throwing some sovereign, social, secular, and it is about the objectives of the Indian Constitution. So in this way, when you present in little bit more presentable manner, life of the evaluator will be very, very easy. Because when I am evaluating students' answer, whichever the answer generally more appealing, which answer generally will get more marks, means the answer which makes my life easy. Okay, I will quickly check whether this answer contain all these points or not. If yes, means that's fine. Okay, but the only challenging is in GS papers you don't get enough time to brainstorm. Okay, you have to quickly identify these keywords and you have to start answer. That can be possible only when you be very thorough with these model answers, and apart from these model answers, you will be provided with a ready reckoner material of GS paper 2. Please try to be thorough with that material. Okay.